There are things about aging that suck. Some people might say everything about aging sucks. The truth is, it doesn't have to, or at least we can condense it so that we have more good years than bad, allowing us to truly enjoy life over 50 as we did in our 30s and keep the reaper at bay. Today we'll look at the research into getting fit and reversing the harmful effects of aging. But first, let's go through a quick list of everything aging does to our bodies that exercise can slow down or reverse. When it comes to our heart, resting heart rate increases, max heart rate decreases, our ability to pump blood through the body declines, our heart and blood vessels stiffen, blood pressure goes up, the intestines take longer to expel waste, our bones lose calcium and strength, and we lose muscle. Our metabolism slows down, we gain body fat, blood sugar and insulin increase, bad cholesterol goes up, and good cholesterol goes down. Our sex hormones plummet, our reflexes slow down, a quality night's sleep begins to escape us, the risk of depression goes up, and our memory begins to fade. Exercise has the power to hold all these negative effects at bay, and it's one of the few tools we control in the fight against aging. The first thought that comes to mind is how much exercise should we be doing and what type? A study compared the effectiveness of aerobic, resistance, and combined training on cardiovascular disease risk factors. They took 3 groups of people with an average age of 58. They were sedentary, overweight, with high blood pressure. All groups trained 3 times a week, each session lasting 60 minutes. One doing only aerobic exercise on either treadmill or cycling. The next group did resistance training, starting with 2 sets of 12 different exercises, and worked their way up to 3 sets of 10 to 14 repetitions. The final group did 30 minutes of cardio followed by 2 sets of 8 different exercises, with the goal to take every set to failure. Personally, I would have done the weight training first to ensure my form didn't break down because I was tired from the cardio. Each group had improved health, with the greatest benefit being achieved by the combined cardio and resistance training group. They improved blood pressure, cardiorespiratory fitness, and increased whole body strength and lean mass. Another similar study was done to see how these same training types, individually and combined, affected glycemic control in type 2 diabetes. They found improvements in blood sugar and cholesterol levels with all forms of exercise, but the improvements are greatest with combined aerobic and resistance training. In the first study, they trained about 180 minutes a week, and the second one was quite a bit more, with the combined time of cardio and resistance workouts being 90 minutes per session and 270 minutes a week. To get a more specific recommendation, we'll look at a position statement by the American Diabetes Association on physical activity and exercise. They use studies like I referenced and many more to draw their conclusions. I'll link it in the top comment if you want to take a closer look. I realize not all of us suffer from diabetes. Still, these recommendations help to reverse the effect of diabetes and heart disease, so they'll most certainly protect us from getting them in the first place. And the benefits have been shown to go beyond these conditions. For aerobic exercise, they suggest starting with about 10 minutes a day, most days of the week, and working your way up to at least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity cardio. They have an interesting way of assessing if you're ready for high intensity work, which would allow you to reduce your training time down to 75 minutes a week. They say you're ready for this level of intensity once you can run 6 miles an hour for 2.5 miles, which takes about 25 minutes. For aerobic exercise, you could walk, run, cycle, or swim. I'd even count mowing the lawn if you do it for more than 10 minutes. For resistance training, machines, bands, free weights, or body weight are all acceptable. The goal here is to work out at least twice a week, doing 1 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 different exercises, working the whole body. You don't have to do all 10 in one session. You could split them into 2 A and B workouts, which is what they did in the second study. You can start with 1 set of each exercise, and once you've worked your way up to 3 sets on all of them, you can increase your training to 3 days a week. The goal for each set is to bring it close to failure between 10 to 15 repetitions. Once you can do more than 15, you can increase the weight. On exercises where you can safely bring yourself to failure, like push-ups, it doesn't hurt to occasionally go right to failure to learn how it feels. The paper recognizes that strength training, and in particular lower body and core exercises, help to improve balance. We can improve our bone, joint health, and much more through bodybuilding. To find out how, watch this video next and keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50. We'll talk to you again in the next one.